Easement projects don't happen overnight, and that surely was the case with the project we're going to present now. I think it was back in 2009 when I met Mr. Larry Lease at a professional outreach event that the Lower Shore Land Trust was invited to speak at to discuss conservation easements. After that event, Mr. Lease contacted the Lower Shore Land Trust to discuss protecting the land that he loved down on the Murrumbsco Creek and Pocomoke Sound. This project really wouldn't have been possible without the partnerships. Sometimes they're the only way to successfully complete a large conservation project. The Maryland Environmental Trust and Ducks Unlimited really were pivotal in making this happen. And our other partners, including U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Maryland Department of Natural Resources Rural Legacy Program, the Department of the Navy, some of these other agencies really helped us to leverage additional funding and to succeed in this project. But I also want to recognize the work of our land programs manager, Jared Parks, because he was able to truly navigate the whole system, going back and forth between the different programs and kind of threading the eye of the needle. So kudos to Jared and all of our partners for this great accomplishment. I like to think that this conservation easement that we settled on with Mr. Lease not only allowed the Lower Shore Land Trust to protect over 1,000 acres, a really exciting accomplishment for our small organization, but I think that in our conversations over these many years and working with Mr. Lease to develop a project that he's happy with, I really hope that we've helped him to accomplish one of his life dreams.
I'm Ben Alder, welcome to Ridge Farm, and we're sitting here sort of in the back of the farm. It's about an 80-acre property we bought a few years ago. We bought it with the principal intent of doing wildlife habitat. I'm a waterfowl guy. What we did here was we did a sort of a combination of natural wetlands and managed wetlands, specifically obviously aimed at waterfowl. As we built the habitat around the farm, we tried to work with sort of the way the farm was laid out and not to waste a lot of motion with the way we built the habitat. And so on one side of the farm you ended up with these sort of natural pothole type wetlands, and then what we're sitting on here right now is a berm structure, earthen berm, and behind us here I think this floods about 5 acres or so, 3.5 to 5 acres, and then we've got another one over there that we built, that's another 3 to 5 acres, and then there's some more potholes which you can't see between us and that other impoundment, so we cut the potholes out to build the impoundment. So it's kind of a cut, fill, balance type project, and it makes it real efficient to move dirt and do all that. And then you've got your warm season grass buffers that are planted around the potholes. A lot of native wildflowers go into those seed mixes. We had a lot of black-eyed Susan and different types of asters this year. The butterflies, I mean, so it's they're all here, the dragonflies, so it's not just about ducks all the time. And yeah, this is the first season that we've had, water on the farm, and it's really come out well. We're really happy with it. So what you're looking at with the drone footage is right after we completed construction, and so everything on the property is fairly young in this footage. You don't see much water. I think you can see some water coming in the potholes, and when you're working with hydric soil, the land responds pretty quickly. This is a good view of what restoration looks like sort of 3 months after. So as one of the major steps with the management of the farm here, we put a conservation easement on the farm. The help of Lower Shore Land Trust was critical, I'd say, in getting this done and getting through the process, and Jared and Kate and the whole team there really made, helped make this possible. And the easement, I think, just sort of secures the legacy, if you will, of what we wanted to do here, and protects this farm, going forward. And it was a good process. They really made it work well, and congratulations to the Lower Shore Land Trust for a great 30 years, and wishing you another 30.
But it's great to see you.
Great to see you. You haven't changed a bit.
So I am sitting in the office. I don't get here every day. With this whole pandemic, we've been taking turns as to who comes to the office. So today is my day, and I was here with Jared Parks, our land programs manager. And it's been interesting. It's kind of fun to get back into the office, a couple days a week and sit here on the river and watch life continue.
Right.
But otherwise, we've been extremely busy. This is going to be our best year for conservation projects ever.
Well, that's great.
Mhm.
It's really great. It's sometimes hard to imagine from where we started, but
Well, yeah. Well, tell me a little bit. I wanted to have a chance to visit with you like this and to get your reflections. This is our 30th anniversary.
hell, that's exciting, and it's hard to believe in many ways that that much time has gone by. I remember all of it well, I think.
Yes, yes. I remember our first meeting, and I think that was about 2000, just the end of 2005.
Yes, your father. I knew your father and served with him on the Aztec Coastal Trust Board, and in chatting with him, I learned a little bit about what you were doing and how you were a little bit unhappy with what you were doing. And we were then in the throes at the Lower Shore Land Trust, what was just a few of us in trying to find, an executive director or somebody to help lead us into the future. And we had advertised, or I don't know how we actually had advertised it, but I was talking to your father after a nasty Coastal Trust meeting, and he mentioned you, and I said, "Hey, ask her to come to my office." And you did, and I met you, and I said, "Hey, this is who we need," to myself. And so I went back to the other members of the board and talked them into it. And next thing we know, we had Kate Patton on board. And that was a real restart for us. And we started into the easement business. And it was exciting because, now we have hundreds of thousands of acres in Maryland, including many, including my own farm here with the Lower Shore Land Trust and the Maryland Environmental Trust. And it was really an exciting, decades of work that I was involved in with them. And the Eastern Shore Land Conservancy started up, and with actually a former employee of the Maryland Environmental Trust as its director. And I thought the time was maybe right for us to be able to do it here. And together with a couple people from the faculty at Salisbury State University and a few other people, we got the Lower Shore Land Trust formed and going, and we had a sort of a volunteer part-time director for as one of the teachers from the college there. We took that job on, and we were off and running. So I've always been a big supporter of farming. I was one of the founders with Harry Hughes of the Agroecology Center, now called the Hughes Agroecology Center, which is affiliated with the University of Maryland. It's kind of a think tank for research on environmental issues. And in addition to the other, organizations locally. So it's been something I've really believed in, and I felt was just so important to us and for future generations to preserve as much of this as we can. And it's important economically as well. I mean, how are we going to attract businesses if we don't have a place that you want to come to? It's hard to imagine the value of it. Even Ocean City, who, felt that, they didn't have to be involved in environmental things, is realizing the importance, of having land around them saved. I mean, it helps tourism. It gives them some options of things to do when they come and stay for a week or 2 weeks in Ocean City. They can come over there to beautiful Snow Hill.
Absolutely.
The Pocomoke River, and that there's a lot of synergy now between economic development and saving land, in addition to the farming, which is still a big thing to us economically. So I've always been a great supporter of farming. I think that using our open space productively in a way that doesn't take it away from being open space, is really important. Well, that's great, because actually, getting this base, we started the Lower Shore Land Trust with just, the people running it. You need a base, and you've gotten it. You've gotten the financial, it gives you financial support. But it's even bigger than that, it's public support and public support for what you're doing. And more people know about what you're doing, and that there is a way for them to participate. There's a way for them to take part. So that is, I think, the big step that the organization has made. I mean, that is the big important step from the beginnings of the organization, is the support that you've gained in the throughout the community, the Lower Shore community. I know it's also the result of your board, but it's the result of your efforts as well, Kate. And we can't thank you enough.
Well, I can't thank you enough.
I should be interviewing you, Kate.
I don't know about that. This has been really, really fun to catch up. Yeah.
Well, I miss you all, and I miss being directly involved, but there's a time in life for everything.
Yeah, it's great to see you and to have your support, and I wish you well.
Thanks. Talk to you again soon.
Okay, King. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, just seeing some of those past pictures was really exciting. I just wish we could all be together, as I said, and be able to enjoy the bonfire and good cheer and the live music. But maybe we could ask everyone to unmute. Maybe our board chair, Hugh, would get on and say a few words, and we can toast our 30th anniversary, and then we can get ready for a little bit of music to dance and boogie and do whatever we need to do to celebrate the Flannel Formal.
Hello again, this is Hugh Cropper. When you hear me talking, don't close your computer now. Stay with me. I'll be quick. So it's my job to make a toast. So don't raise your glass yet, because it is going to take 1 minute. But I want to toast Larry Lease, who not only did a great conservation easement this year, but also was a great donor to this event. Mr. Jack Burbage, who was a great donor and supporter of the Lower Shore Land Trust this year. Mr. King Burnett my friend King Burnett, for his long time service. I want to toast all the staff, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but I do want to mention Kate, Jared, and Josh, because I work with them pretty much every day, and they certainly deserve a toast. You know, Lower Shore Land Trust has a big job. They're accredited land trusts. They hold probably 130 conservation easements, and that's not all. They're involved in restoration projects, working with our conservation partners to preserve land, 20 to 30,000 acres. And you know, we need your support. We need your donations. We appreciate it. I can't think of anything else that you donate to where your money goes so directly to a cause. You know, conservation easements are Mr. Burnett could help me. You know, that's legal ownership in land. I own a farm with a conservation easement. Lower Shore Land Trust is my partner. They're my partner in conservation. Stewardship goes both ways. Lower Shore Land Trust helps people with how to preserve their farm and make them better, as Ben Alder pointed out. Also restricts uses. I just can't, when you ride through the south end of the county, when you ride through the rural legacy area, if you've given Lower Shore Land Trust $100, you can look and say, you know, I have an interest in that. I have actually an ownership interest in that, because I'm part of the Lower Shore Land Trust, and they own that easement in perpetuity. And again, stewardship in my mind goes both ways. It's not just about, you can't only build but one house, or you can't do this. As Mr. Burnett pointed out, and as Ben pointed out, it goes both ways. So enough, but please continue to help us, continue to donate. Your dollars go directly to help the cause. So I'll make a toast to all those folks and everybody else that's on here. Here, I have a lot of beer bottles down here, so I'll pick one up, here.
Great to see you all. Thanks for showing your faces on here. It's so wonderful. Thanks, Hugh. That was a great toast. This is fantastic. We have so much more to show you. Been working on this. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Larry. Hi, Mike. It's good to see you all. Hi, Judith. Well, it's about time to get started with a little bit of music. So, shall we? All right. Let's get ready to boogie.
Where's the rest?
Our favorite blues, Motown, a little get down, the Resco Tribe.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. and fall, and the mountains should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, just stand by me. 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 All right, let's rock and roll. There's a method to my madness. Well, the rain, it keeps on falling down. It feels like a flood in my head. And that road keeps on calling me, screaming to everything lying ahead. And it's a long way home. I've been searching for a long time. Still have hope. It don't where it goes. And it's a winding road. I've been walking for a long time. I still have hope. I'm gonna find my way home. And I can see the little house on top of the hill, and I can smell the ocean, sun in the air, and I can see you standing there washing your car, and I can see California, sun in your hair, and it's a long way home. I've been walking for a long time. I still don't know where it goes, and it's a winding road. I've been walking for a long time. I still have hope. don't you break out some Stevie Wonder, a little bit of I Wish for me? My resto guys, my tribe, my son, my husband. That's what we did last night. Are you recording this, everybody? Hold up. Because if you're gonna edit, you need just a little bit of breath in between me talking and you starting. So, everybody, take a second, take a breath. Okay, everybody, shh. Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy, then my only worry was for Christmas what would be my toy. Even though we sometimes would not get a thing, we were happy with the joy the day would bring. Sneaking out the back door, hang out with those hoodlum friends of mine. Greeted at the back door, both thought I told you not to go outside. Trying your best to bring the water to your eyes, thinking it might stop the whooping your behind. I wish those days could come back once more. Why did those days? I have to go. I wish those days could come back once more. Why did those days? I have to go 'cause I love them so. Brother says he's telling about you playing doctor with that girl. Please don't tell I give you anything you want in this whole wide world. Well, mama gives you money, Sunday school. You trade yours for candy after church is through. Smoking cigarettes and packing something nasty on the wall. Oh, you nasty boy. Teacher sends you to the principal's office on down the hall. You grow up and learn that kind of thing ain't right. But while you were doing it, you sure found out inside. I wish those days could come back once more. Why did those days?
This is a great time to check out your silent auction, everyone.
I'm Kate Patton, the Executive Director of the Lower Shore Land Trust. Really glad you could join us for our event so we could share some of our stories with you. I've been working with the Land Trust for 14 years now, and it's been a great time. Learned a lot and been able to protect a lot of land. Right now I'm standing in my natural habitat here. It's also on a conservation land, one that was protected by my parents, Tom and Judy Patton. This property was protected before I even knew about the Lower Shore Land Trust. It was something that they cared deeply about, and they wanted to see that this little piece of their paradise was conserved and was entrusted with the Lower Shore Land Trust. It wasn't until years later that I found myself in the position of looking for a new job, one that was maybe a little less taxing on me than the previous position as the owner of the Globe Theater in Berlin was. And little did I know I was in for the ride of my life. So here I am celebrating 30 years with the Land Trust and 14 years of executive director. And the best part about it is really watching how we've been able to engage so many caring and interested people, such a variety of landowners and farmers and hunters and conservationists, naturalists here on the shore, and look forward to doing more great work with all of you. Thanks for making it possible.
Hi, this is Josh Hastings, Deputy Director of the Lower Shore Land Trust. Don't mind my hair. I am not coming to you from a cool forest or a great piece of protected property along the water. I'm coming to you from downtown Salisbury. And why does that matter? Well, our mission is not just to protect rural lands, but also to promote vibrant towns and build a healthier and more connected Eastern Shore. I wanted to share with you briefly, this is part of what our organization has helped influence, and that is some of what downtown Salisbury's redevelopment. Our inspiration with native plants led to native plants being installed as part of the new downtown redevelopment. This was a $13 million project, and in fact, if you can see in the distance, there's a current ribbon cutting going on. All this is important because if we want to protect our farmlands and protect our habitat, then we've got to have really vibrant, special towns that people want to live in, work in, and play in. So we're going to continue to do our part to make sure that our towns across the Lower Eastern Shore are in great shape and continue to have really wonderful environmental benefits, environmental best management practices put in place. So thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you for all the support that you've given us. And from downtown Salisbury, peace.
Hello, my name is Jared Parks, and I'm the Land Programs Manager here at the Trust. This December marks my third full year with LSLT. Prior to moving to the Lower Shore, I worked for 11 years with the Eastern Shore Land Conservancy. In both positions, my primary job has been working directly with landowners to permanently protect properties here on the shore. As many of you know, I'm an avid birder and an amateur naturalist. I find this work extra gratifying because I get to explore and protect the open lands and habitat that in turn feeds my nature addiction. That said, I would have to say that the best part of my job here is working with the landowners and having those kitchen table discussions. It's a true pleasure to sit down and learn the history and desired future plans for the land from the people who love it so much. The type of dedication to place I see in these meetings is uplifting. Without it, my job would be much more difficult and many fewer acres of land would be preserved.
Hi, my name is Mary Ann Pettis. I'm the Stewardship Coordinator with the Lower Shore Land Trust. I've been working with the Land Trust almost 5 years now. Previously, I did conservation work and environmental education work in Western Maryland. So there are several things I really enjoy with the position I have with the Land Trust. I really love being able to walk up some of the most beautiful, pristine and productive lands that really I have seen anywhere in the world. The second thing I really enjoy is working with our volunteers. I enjoy being able to go out with other people that share my love of the outdoors. But the thing I enjoy the most is learning the story of the land, meeting the landowners, learning what they would like to see on their land, how they would like to steward it, and kind of learning the conservation values of each of the properties. So we really do truly appreciate the support that we get from you, and our thanks for all that you do to help us with our work here on the Lower Shore.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Ketchum. I am the Stewardship and Restoration Manager at the Lower Shore Land Trust, and I've been working here for about 2 years now. Right now, I'm on the Pocomoke River right outside of Sturgis Park, right near our Lower Shore Land Trust office in Snow Hill. Before coming on at the Land Trust, I was a Chesapeake Conservation Corps member, and when I was a student at Salisbury University, this was back in around 2015, I was lucky to work as an intern with LSLT, working with Victoria and Kate, which really introduced me to the organization. Part of my role is to connect landowners with conservation and restoration options and manage small-scale restoration projects in the communities within our service area. These could be rainwater harvesting projects, conservation landscaping, pollinator habitat, and much more. I help to prioritize, plan, and seek out more opportunities for these types of projects, and as well as larger scale projects in our rural lands and other projects in our towns and cities. Wildlife habitat, water quality, resiliency, and education about environmental stewardship are just a few of the important reasons why I do the work that I do. I also work with GIS and mapping at the Land Trust and get to be involved in all kinds of the events and projects that we do. Since I can remember, some of my happiest memories have been spent in and around marshes, bays, the ocean, and those experiences have really helped me see how important it is that natural lands and waters are protected and valued. The more I've learned, I see how this work is really connected to so many other important issues. I feel very lucky to be able to live and work in this beautiful area of the Lower Shore, between the bay and the Atlantic Ocean and all the natural and working landscapes in between. Thanks.
Hi there. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Victoria Spice, and I am the Invasive Species Coordinator at the Lower Shore Land Trust. Although I'm considered the most recent hire, I am no stranger. I've been involved with the Land Trust since 2013 as a volunteer, intern, board member, and now a staff member. So I am excited to be back on the team, this time spearheading the formation of the Lower Asian Shore Partnership for Regional Invasive Species Management, aka our PRISM initiative. So why keep coming back, right? We know it's no easy task working for a small nonprofit that has big ideas, but it really just comes down to stewardship for me. And I love seeing our landowners restore habitat for northern bobwhite. And I love taking a break from my computer to plant community native pollinator gardens. And I love working with partners to remove invasive species and make way for native vegetation and wildlife. It's more than a duty, it's a purpose. To leave it better than you found it, and now that I'm a mom, it's a lifestyle that I really want to instill in my daughter. So thank you for joining us to celebrate 30 years and another Flannel Formal event where you've dedicated your time and money to ensure that stewardship continues to be a main focus of the Land Trust. So thank you again, and cheers!
Hi, I'm Frank Duder. I am Lower Shore Land Trust Chesapeake Conservation Course member. I came to the Trust in mid-August this year. One of the projects I'm working on currently is the Invasive Species Project. You will often see me on the Pocomoke River, paddling along and down Porter's Crossing or Shadow Landing.
Hello. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Taylor Carty, and I'm the AmeriCorps member serving with Lower Shore Land Trust. I just began my second year in the program, and I am super thrilled to be back. I work alongside Josh Hastings, managing and producing our communications content. This includes our email newsletters, our physical newsletters, and our social media. I also assist with events and worked very hard on our 2020 native plant sale. Last year was my first Flannel Formal, and I'm so happy to be a part of it again this year. Many nonprofits have a hard time navigating communications along with all of the great work that they do. So I am so grateful for Lower Shore Land Trust and the AmeriCorps program for providing me with the opportunity to take on that work in the land that I love. Congratulations, Lower Shore Land Trust, for celebrating 30 years. Here's to 30 more and more after that. The great work you do truly will impact the land forever. And thank you to our supporters for making all of this possible.
So the Lower Shore Land Trust is celebrating 30 years this year, and we're celebrating with all of you in a virtual way. This is an opportunity for us to highlight some of the activities we've been doing, not just this year, but leading up to this year.
Best management practices on agricultural lands such as reforestation and wetland restoration are used to achieve better water quality in our local waterways and to provide habitat for wildlife species. Lower Shore Land Trust is dedicated to preserving rural lands, promoting vibrant towns, and building a healthier and more connected Eastern Shore. We assist landowners and local communities in Somerset, Wicomico, and Worcester counties who wish to achieve conservation goals for habitat necessary to sustain a diverse and healthy wildlife population. Also, natural buffers that maintain water quality and preserved scenic vistas and landscapes surrounding sites of historical and cultural importance. It's always a privilege for Land Trust staff to get out on preserved lands. The Harvey property is truly a special piece of land located in the Coastal Bay's rural legacy area in Worcester County on Johnson Bay. This is a crucial ecological zone of preserved forests, farms, wetlands, and wildlife habitat. The Harveys have owned their property for 25 years, land that was previously managed under the Conservation Reserve Enhancement Program.
This is an alfalfa right now. This stretch, this and this are in an alfalfa. That's just winter wheat. That area there behind the clump's house was CREP. It still is CREP. And then beyond that, where that tree line is, that was another area where we had the forest mulcher come in. I had targeted that as an area for quail habitat. And that got replanted, and you can see there below the tree line, you can see the tall grasses and stuff that have come up as a result of the planting just this spring.
Pirates Wharf is a property of over 340 acres owned by Wicomico County and purchased with funds from Maryland's program Open Space. The vision for the park has evolved over time. Once completed, the park will serve the community with walking trails, a boat and kayak launch, and interpretation of the area's rich natural and human heritage. Now, in the implementation phase, the county has spent the last year reforesting areas which were once farmed. In a few years, the effort will result in a diverse forest area that will provide water quality benefits along the Wicomico River, as well as many benefits to wildlife, including birds and pollinators.
This park is really interesting because we have the riparian area here right up against the shoreline. The first 100 feet of the critical area is really critical habitat. Then we've got some early successional habitat where we've just planted. And those new trees are going to take a few years to come up. And right across the street, it's still the same property. We have mature pine forest. And then in the rear, we have some really nice oaks in a wetland area. So it's really exciting habitat. And without walking very far through this park, you can see various different types of habitats and different species. We tube the highest priority species, about 800 oaks, to prevent deer browse, to ensure their survivability. The tree tubes also help the trees grow faster, including a number of those are popping out of the top just after one growing season, which is pretty exciting.
We asked Land Programs Manager Jared Parks what other practices he keeps in mind when selecting a property to protect.
Well, when I first get going, I try to find the right overall protection mechanism for the entirety of the property if I can, but then I look further down into it to see, first of all, if the landowner doesn't really want to do a full easement to protect the property, they have a lot of different options open to them for other things that they can do to enhance their property, to make it potentially more valuable for different things, whether it's ag or forestry, to reduce their impact on water quality, or just to bring more habitat in, especially if they're a hunting property or something like that. They might want to enhance the areas around that are natural so that they get more deer or turkey or quail or something like that, and we can help them find the right programs to establish those on their property with less cost to themselves and some really good professional consulting to know what's best and where to put it.
So we hope you've enjoyed the information that we've provided you about best management practices in an encapsulated version. For more information, visit our website at lowershorelandtrust.org.
Now another second set with the Resto Tribe.
Yes, sir. I got a song for all you women in the audience and anybody else who wants to steal my man. That's right. Listen up. Walk it down from the 5, can you, my friend? In the key of boy, thank you very much. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. Suit you, Kate. Listen up now. Marianne, Cindy, you can have my husband, but don't mess with my man. You can have my husband, but please don't mess with my man. I'm telling all you women, won't you all understand? Well, now when I'm with my husband, he treats me mean. When I'm with my man, he treats me like a queen. You can have my husband, don't mess with my man. I'm telling all you women, won't you all understand? When my husband gets paid, feeds me red beans and rice. My man feeds me steaks. Now ain't that nice? You can have my husband, don't mess with my man. I'm telling all you women, I want you all understand. Go ahead Well, now when I'm with my husband, he treats me mean. When I'm with my man, he treats me like a queen. You can have my husband, but don't mess with my man. I'm telling all you women, I want you all understand. Now listen, you know my man, he's big, he's shaped like a log. When I start loving him, I holler, woo, hot dog. You can have my husband, but don't mess with my man, oh. I'm telling all you women, I want you all understand. Well, you can have my husband, 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 but please don't you mess with my chain, 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 chain of force. 5 years, I thought you were my man, but I found out, love, I'm just a
All right. Well, welcome everyone to our volunteer appreciation Zoom meeting. It's been a long time since we've seen everyone, so it's wonderful to see you. We would love for you to introduce yourself and perhaps tell a little story about why you are working with the Land Trust and what exciting or fun thing you found, experience you had with us, so that we can maybe share with others and maybe even bring in some new volunteers. So would anyone like to start? We have a number of volunteers here with us. So anybody? Do we have any volunteers?
Oh, why not? Somebody has to. My name is Mike Walsh. I live in Salisbury, about 2 or 3 blocks from where Mary Ann lives. And I've been with you guys 2 years, maybe 3. I'm not exactly sure, because I'm older and I forget these things. But I heard about Lower Shore Land Trust, and the reason I joined, I like what it is, of course, that we're doing, preserving the land, of avoiding things like overdevelopment and sprawl, and I said, I really like the goals of this. And then it occurred to me once Mary Ann explained to me how the monitoring was done, that this would give, I'm a birder, this would give me a chance to go birding on all sorts of really cool property all over the Eastern Shore. And that's worked out nicely until COVID came along. So that's what kind of got me into it. It's certainly a lot of fun, but it is good work to be done, and it is good seeing more and more people signing up to have their land preserved.
Well, I started with Nancy Whitlock when she was the executive director. So, yeah, so when she moved to Arizona, she suggested that I go talk to Kate about maybe helping Kate. And I think it was a Fiddlers Convention or something like that, Kate in Berlin. And I walked up to Kate and I said, Kate, could you use me? She said, I can't afford you. I said, you can't not afford me. I said, my salary can be $1 a year. So she said, all right, come on, we can find work for you. So we started working and of course got into the accreditation, and now I'm doing most of the filing for Mary Ann, and I just enjoy being with you guys. I enjoy seeing the properties come in, all the new work, and you guys as a group.
And there are a couple of funny things I remember. I remember going out with Victoria one time.
I knew you were going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of things with Victoria. But, so one of the things is, Victoria said, just wear boots and jacket and everything. I said, okay. So, I follow directions. But Victoria does not follow her own directions. And we had to cross a little creek. And I had my high boots on, and, I could just go right through the water. Victoria had to build this bridge for herself because she didn't have proper boots or shoes on. So she built herself a bridge and just went into the water anyhow. Her bridge didn't work very well. And then another time, the gates...
My priority is keeping you safe.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. And another time, the gate was across the property. And you said, now I'm a little bit older than you, Victoria. And you said, well, we'll just climb right over the gate.
Just go over it. Yeah, you'll be fine. Just hop over with me.
Well, I did. It was.
And you did.
I did. But it was not a pretty sight.
Well, you know what? I think my favorite is that the picture of you in our welcome center is right after you climbed over the gate, and you have this look on your face like, here I am, I made it. And I love that. I love seeing that.
I'm here.
I'm alive.
Yeah. going out with Alan is always fun and an adventure. And we were out, and I don't know what property it was, but he said there was a deer blind, I guess. And he said, well, let's climb up to the top. And because it's going to be really beautiful out there and you'll see the bay but to get,
I know what property this is.
Okay. But to get up there, you have to go up this rickety ladder. And I did. I thought, well, if I'm out here, I'm going to do it. And I did. And when we got to the top, it was just spectacular. I mean, and I took pictures and videos, and it was wonderful. And I really miss doing all this stuff.
Well, Bridget, I want you to know that they have rebuilt that, and there's now stairs going up. So next year, we'll make a point of going out together and safely getting to the top.
I'm gonna jump in. Hi, I'm Jeff Pedersen. I started about 2 years ago. I wouldn't call it peer pressure, more like out of necessity. When one of the other volunteers is not available, Marianne's like, Jeff, can you go out tomorrow afternoon or whatever? So yeah, anyway, but it's been a lot of fun, and I've loved getting on the properties like Mike said about, just seeing different things and the birds. And I got to go up that newly reinforced platform, and it is outstanding. And what's cool about that is just to the south and the north are all protected properties too. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see that much preservation, that's all up and down that coastline, from Figs Landing down through that area. And my favorite little short story is one of the properties north of the river here in Salisbury. We went and we found a wild beehive. And it's a property that Mike walks a lot. Anyway, there was a wild beehive in a tree. And I went back, the next time we were just birding, and we went back there, and I caught a swarm that had come out of the hive. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. And yes, I support the Lower Shore Land Trust, even though I'm independently, I support the Lower Shore Land Trust in any way. So it's good to be a part of it. Thanks.
Dave, do you have any stories you want to share?
He's a burger flipper too. Dave's our best burger flipper.
Hearing Mike talk about a couple of trips, and I remember one trip we did with Mike was with us, and Jared was leading the trip on some farm down by actually down near Snow Hill. And we did a tour of the property, and we came back past the barn, and the barn had a bunch of crab pots stacked next to it. And as we were walking by, Mike said, well, there's a mockingbird stuck in that crab trap. And we all stopped and looked at it, and sure enough, there was a mockingbird that had crawled inside the crab trap to get something probably. And well, gee, what are we going to do? And Jared stuck his arm in there and grabbed the mockingbird, pulled it out, and we all got to look at it and get it in his hand, and we saved a mockingbird that day. I enjoyed that day. It's a great community of people that run the Land Trust, and I really enjoy going out and visiting the properties. And the owners of the properties are some amazing people also. I mean, they're very passionate about what they do, and they're all very friendly, and they'll show us around the property, and it's a great experience. So I'm glad I joined.
Well, Barbara didn't get to talk about herself.
Okay, I enjoy volunteering with the Lower Shore Land Trust because I work with some awesome people who make me laugh, and I admire their dedication in preserving all our beautiful forests and farmlands and shorelines.
Thank you. That's lovely. Kate, did you want to sort of say something?
Yeah, sure. So I already talked a little bit about, how this video fit into our Flannel Formal event. But really one of the things that we
we thought of a number of years ago is how do we thank our volunteers, for all of the work you do throughout the year. And there's a lot of different ways that, we try to thank you every time we see you. But we thought we'd have some fun, and we came up with an idea that would be an award. It's a very coveted award. It's really, truly about bragging rights, because there are very, very few people that have ever been so fortunate to receive the Golden Clipboard Award. And we have a Golden Clipboard Award to reveal today. So, Marianne, you want to tell us a little bit about the history?
I certainly will. So we began in 2016 to award this coveted Golden Clipboard. There it is. So Alan, we've talked a bit about Alan. Alan has been volunteering forever, and he is our lead steward. He is one who showed me where all the properties were and knows most of them inside and out. So anyway, Alan was our first recipient. Bridget was our second recipient in 2017. Dave, you were our third recipient, name on the clipboard. And then in 2019, we did not get our volunteer appreciation ceremony in due to COVID. We sort of hadn't quite got to that. So in 2019, I had 12 different volunteers helping out on the properties with me. And Cynthia Herman was the one that went with me the most. I just decided to go with sheer numbers of how many properties. Mike, you were really close. So we're gonna get you on here next time. And this year being COVID, my number one assistant, Jeff, gets the award. It's not often we get to say thank you to those that we are closest to. So thank you, Jeff, very much. So your name is officially on the Golden Clipboard. Jeff has been to 65 properties so far and counting with me. So that is what kept us going this year. Next year, we will have to do it differently. I will be looking for you. I believe we can safely meet on the properties and walk them. I'll just have to get it a little better organized as we go into the winter months. So I'll be looking for you. Thank you. It's just a joy to work with everyone. So let me run.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Let me run. I'm going to excuse myself and run this somewhere.
Oh, so yeah, so I'd like to thank, it was fun. What I find really cool is that I'm beginning to recognize certain areas of around Lower Shore, and I really know them now because I've been able to get, wow! The marvels of technology, yeah. Thank you.
Hi!
Thank you. We have to have some separation. She's upstairs, I'm downstairs. Up the downstairs case. But anyway, no, it's really cool because Marianne and I both get out in Bird along with a number of you, and it's really nice to know the properties and know how they connect and know the water that associated with them and stuff. It's really helped me to really appreciate the Lower Shore. So it's been fun.
Well, anyway, everyone have a good day, and we will see you soon.
Okay, thanks for everything, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks to see everybody.
So I'm going to ask the staff to unmute themselves. We've just got a few minutes left for our performance, our entertainment, our program of the evening. And anybody like to say anything?
Happy 2020.
Here's 30 more years.
Fantastic 30 years.
And thank
Missing you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Missing the Flannel Formal cups this.
Yeah.
Yes.
We miss seeing you
You
all.
can't see it on the video, but this is definitely a Flannel Formal cup.
Well, it's been a really exciting month that we put this together for you all. We've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of people support us. Our sponsors, people were supporting us even up until today. We really do have the Flannel Formal silent auction open for another 10 or 15 minutes. If you haven't looked at it, we have some amazing gifts that have been given to us. Experiences, going out birding with Jared Parks and enjoying paddling, and a hike, and then a gourmet lunch from Baked Desserts. Robin Tomaselli, as always, thank you. I can't thank Patty Clendenin for these gorgeous quilts again. You guys support us so often. It's really wonderful. And these are the things that allow us to convert it into program work so that we can continue to protect the land, that we can continue to find great restoration projects, pollinator gardens within the communities. So thank you very much. Any last words? Thank our sponsors.
Thank Larry Lease. It was great working with you, Larry.
Yep, Larry, Ben, everyone else that we continue to work with. And boy, the Restos, they really put on a great show. It was a challenge. We wanted to do it live. We did it live, but we had to record it. So we're going to close out the final program of the evening with a little bit of music, leave you with some fun while you're looking through the silent auction, and we can't wait to see you in person. Thanks, everyone, for a great evening.
Here's to your leadership, Kate. Thank you, Kate.
We love you all.
Go, Kate. Go, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Kate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, let's share the screen.
Go ahead. Time to boogie. Time to boogie, people.
Hey, Susie.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Boogie over here at the Taylor House.
Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm back and wondering if your love's still strong. Oh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. I'm yours. Here I am, baby. Whoa, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Yeah. Here I am, baby. Whoa, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. I've done a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. Yeah, didn't I? Oh, baby. Seen a lot of things in this old world. When I touch them, there ain't nothing, girl. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Ooh, sweet baby, set my soul on fire. That's why I know you're my one and only desire. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Oh, here I
All right. That's it. Thank you all for a great Flannel Formal. Hope you have a great night. Drive safely.
Or not.